Hey, it's syndicated radio talk show host, author, singer Al Cole, welcoming you to another edition of People of Distinction, the talk that gives an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. I come from CBS Radio. My shows are nationally syndicated, and I've helped pave the way to treating women, guys, to the dignity that they deserve. And I want you to run to my website, peopleofdistinction.org. You can see my alliances with Arianna Huffington, the founder of the Huffington Post. I'm a major media consultant as well, helping people to make a profit at their products and services when they're doing it online, when they're interviewing with media, all of those good things. And you can email me at alcoholic@gmail.com. That's ALCOLEHOLIC@gmail.com. And I really want to thank my CBS Radio listeners for coming up with that handle, Alcoholic. Seems like from day one, my listeners have been saying, Al, we love what you're doing there, brother. In fact, we're hooked on it. We're alcoholics. Coming up, a guy that you're really going to relate to. His name is Alan Owens, and he's got a relatable book out there. In fact, he has a few books. We're going to start out with Rory Maclane, Saga of an Outlaw. All right, so we all like shoot-'em-up westerns, things along that line. But guess what? This is a western with a twist. It's about, the Civil War, and during the Civil War, a Yankee and a Confederate. We know that they were battling against each other, the North and the South. Well, in one case, there was a Yankee soldier and a Confederate soldier that became friends. Get that? Yeah, that's people of distinction stuff. We like that. We like to be friends. We know that we're part of a human family. We like to get together with handshakes. Yeah, there's no reason to dislike each other. And now, particularly during the Civil War, wow, it was very difficult to do. But somehow, this Yankee and the Confederate became friends, and Alan is going to tell us how. And his book is available on Amazon.com, Rory Maclane, Saga of an Outlaw. You can order it there. And I will say he was brought to me by Link Publishing. They bring me a lot of guests to people of distinction, and if you want to move a book, well, Link, they're your best movers for that. Go to urlinkpublishing.com. Welcome, Alan, to People of Distinction with Al Cole. How are you doing today, Alan?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now let's start it out with your book, Rory Maclane, Saga of an Outlaw. A Yankee and a Confederate become friends. I'm assuming maybe that the Yankee's name was Rory Maclane. Maybe he was an outlaw, and then he became a Yankee soldier, and maybe dropped his wayward ways and became friends with the Confederate. Maybe that's it, but you tell us exactly the thing that's happening here with Rory Maclane, Saga of an Outlaw. Tell us about your book, people.
Okay, as you said, Rory Maclane is a Yankee. He enlisted at the age of 16. He was large for his age, and he becomes a sniper. That's the first time he had heard the term used, but his buddies called him that. And he made a practice of shooting down Confederate officers. But he ran into and had a fist fight with the Confederates. They didn't want to kill each other, but they wanted to see who was a better man. And this other man was named Jesse Lamppost. And they fought, but neither one could get an upper hand. So finally they quit and said, let's be friends. And they ate together. And throughout the rest of the war, Jesse had long blonde hair that a woman would be proud of. And he made Rory promise not to shoot him because they identify him by his hair. And at the Potomac, at the surrender of Lee, they see each other and hug each other, and then they team up and begin a career as outlaws. more or less Robin Hoods. They robbed tax collectors who were the carpetbaggers.
Rob tax collectors, hey? Now, I guess you've got to rob somebody. Maybe tax collectors are the best people. So they, when they left the Civil War, left the Army, they formed a group themselves, this Yankee and the Confederate, starting robbing people, huh? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, did they do a good job at that? Or did they get busted and arrested?
No, they didn't get caught. They wore masks. They had Jesse had these monkey masks that covered the entire head, so Jesse's hair wasn't visible.
Mm-hmm.
And first they robbed they tried to give it a loan. They wanted to start a cattle ranch, but the president of the bank wouldn't give them a loan. He said they were too young and they hadn't proven themselves and so forth. And so they made a point of robbing him.
Now, when did they stop robbing and settle down, marry nice women, and raise a family? Did they ever do that?
Yes, at the end of the book they do.
Look at that. And when they started their family, did they tell the family that they were once robbers?
No, they didn't.
That was a long-kept secret that they took to the grave. But they stayed friends. Even after they maybe individually got married and had their families, they still stayed friends, huh?
Yeah, they were both married, and but they were both still robbing and not telling their wives.
But
eventually the heat was on so much that they moved to Australia.
Oh, really?
With their wives.
I guess that's a good place. Nobody would look for them there.
No. But England was taxing Australia, so they began robbing the tax collectors again. And then they would go around and give the money back to the contributors.
When they went to Australia, did they take their families too?
Yes. They didn't have any children. They just took their wives.
Yeah, why not? Got to take the wives there. Yeah, Australia, sometimes it gets cold there. So keeps them warm. Hey, people, if you like this book, Rory Maclane, Saga of an Outlaw, well, you can order it at Amazon.com. Alan Owens is the author. And, hey, sounds like an interesting book and a fun book. Now, you also have another book that you want to put a little bit of feature on, The 60 Seconds. What's that all about, Alan?
Well, it's about a man who discovers accidentally that he is able to go back in time 60 seconds. And it says it begins at the beginning of the book, he is working for a software company, National Integrated System Software, and he gets laid off after 25 years of hard, dedicated work. And as he's pulling out of the parking lot, he isn't paying attention, and he pulls right out in front of a semi-truck, and it smashes him. And he feels the impact, and he feels an instant of searing pain. And then all of a sudden, he's back in the parking lot, and he can't figure out what happened. And he stops at a bar, trying to collect himself, and thinks about the thing, and orders a drink, and he finishes it, gets up to leave. All of a sudden, he's sitting at the bar, and his glass is still 1/3 full. So this time slip has happened again. That is the term he uses for them, is time slip. And these continue to happen. And he finally finds out that he's able to force them by concentrating on the name of his hated former employer, National Integrated Software, which he has the initials NISS. But when he concentrates, or when he utters, when he even whispers NISS, or thinks about it hard enough, a time slip is forced. Now he uses this ability. Since he's been laid off, his family is in financial trouble. He has 2 boys and a wife that he has to support in a house. And he decides to go to Las Vegas at his son's suggestion. His son says, you could go to win a lot of money in Las Vegas. You play a hand of poker, you lose it, you go back in time and replay the hand because now you know what cards got dealt. So he does this and goes to Vegas and starts out on a slot machine and he puts money in until he hits a jackpot. And he's keeping track of the last figure on the wheel, the last icon on the wheel. When he sees that, he knows that the next spin is going to be a jackpot. So he makes a good amount of money doing that. And he also does it with, he finds out that he can force multiple time slips by, as soon as he does one, he does another. So the two make maybe double the time slip in length. So it's actually 2 minutes, 120 seconds. And he can do that for as long as he wants and go back as far as he wants. So he's able to play Keno and gets a Keno card and doesn't fill it out. He waits until the game is finished, and then he fills out the numbers, the winning numbers. And then he forces a time slip and goes back before the game has begun and turns in his card and is able to win $15,000 just like that.
Wow. Boy, it sounds like a barrel of laughs there. It's the 60 seconds, a little bit like the Twilight Zone. Yeah. Now, this is good stuff there. That's on Amazon.com as well, the 60 seconds by Alan Owens, our special guest on People of Distinction. You've been having some success in selling these books, Alan?
And they just hit the market.
Just hit the market. All right. So we're getting in on the cutting edge here. And, hey, help Alan out, people. You're people of distinction, so is Alan. Rory Maclane, Saga of an Outlaw, the 60 seconds. Go to Amazon.com. You can order both. And we just have a few minutes left in the interview. I guess you could tell us a little bit about a third book that you have as well, Alan. What's the title of that other book that you have?
It's called Big Al's Novellas.
Okay.
5 stories. These are too long to be short stories, but they're not long enough to be a book. So I termed them novellas. I first heard that from Stephen King. He wrote a novella and explained what a novella was. So I just used his idea. And packed 5, I think they're good stories in one volume.
Well, there you go. Now, people, you got to run to Amazon. Got a third book by Alan Owens that you can order as well. And, have a great time with Alan's books there. And I will say, on People of Distinction, we expose a lot of the new authors out there through the companies that bring us new authors, such as URLink. URLinkpublishing.com. That's the place to go for your book needs. If you're a new author, you want to get your book going, URLink can help you out. Even if you're a seasoned author, you have a lot of books, they can still help you out. Like they're helping out Alan with Rory Maclane, Saga of an Outlaw, the 60 seconds. And give us the name of the third book again, Alan.
Big Al's Novellas.
There it is. On People of Distinction, We got the best authors, and we wish you all the best, Alan, with your book. We hope that all of your books sell big time, and we can have you back on People of Distinction as one of the big authors of the country, Alan Owens. We've got to remember that name. Thank you so much, Alan, for being my special guest here today on People of Distinction with Al Cole for this spotlight interview on your great work. Thank you so much, and all the best to you, Alan.
You're very welcome, and I thought it went pretty well.
Good. Yeah, you've got some interesting books there. And, again, all the best to you, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mr. Cole.